important to plan your training sessions in a set structure, because this not only gives you consistency and a baseline for the hour, but also it gives your kids a good idea of what to expect every week.
To check the player's understanding of the session and what you want to get out of the session, ask them questions throughout just to check that they know exactly what you're asking of them, what you're expecting to see from the session. Either do that in a group discussion or do it on a one-to-one basis. Just be aware, if you're doing it on a group basis, you may have some players that are a little bit quieter than others that won't get a chance to speak up, so it may be an idea to speak to that player separately, perhaps on a one-to-one basis, so that they have an opportunity to answer, so that you know their understanding.
It's important to incorporate all players into the training session, regardless if their focus is on the main exercise, because it gives them an objective that they might not have experienced, or gives them a bit of creative freedom, such as attacking. And by incorporating things like a goal and a goalkeeper, even if you're focused on a defending routine, that allows them to be able to enhance their decision making and practice what is effectively a real game scenario.
As mentioned by Robbie, it is important to keep all players involved, to keep them interested in the session that you've got planned. However, it is also very important that you focus on a particular topic, so that you're not perhaps working with defenders, doing defending. You might have a 1v1 session, you're working with the defenders. Don't also then go across and start working with the attackers. You can always put that session on the following week, exactly the same session, but work with the attackers specifically, but try not to try and do too much in one session. Focus primarily on the one area that you want to work on, and then look at doing something similar or the same the following week.
It's important to incorporate as much ball rolling time as possible during a session. This is so that the players can get into different scenarios that might be present on the football pitch, but not necessarily present during your training session or your exercise. But it's also important to get not just one football, but multiple footballs, and to give every player as much touches as possible. The more familiar they are with the football, the better chance they have of making decisions and of being able to manipulate the football how they like.
By reviewing your session, it is as equally as important, if not more important, than actually planning the session, and you should spend as much time reviewing the session as you do planning it. By reviewing the session, it helps you look back to see what worked, perhaps what didn't, what you could do differently. Sometimes it could be the case of the way the kids turn up on that particular day, nothing to do with the session you planned, but then it comes down to how you deal with those different types of behaviours and attitudes during the sessions. So reviewing is very, very important. Look at exactly the session outcome that you planned. Did you get that from the session, from the players that you were working with? If not, why? If you did, how could you then look to expand and move them on to the next step?